Okay, it, it just occurred to me that some of you may be wondering, well, how do I do it? How do I get my criminal background report check? I mean, what exactly do I do? Where do I get this document, or who gives me this document, etc. Okay, well, here's the thing. For a practical matter, there's going to be a department inside the school who's getting you your work visa that will be handling that. Okay? And so you won't have to know anything. They will guide you step by step through the process. Okay? Now, remember that who that person is who is in charge of that um, may not be, in fact, quite likely will not be the same person who you first interface with and first connect with and communicate with when you are first approached by the school or when you first approach the school. Okay, there will be some kind of a person inside of the school where you are going to be working that is in charge of finding their foreign teachers, etc. And they might not know. They'll know about where you might work. They'll know about what kind of teacher they're looking for. They'll know about asking you questions regarding, well, do you have teaching experience, about, listening to your English, talking to you about the process, answering questions about how many hours you will work, um, what your salary might be, when you could get a salary raise, whether how much of a salary cut will you take if you go to one of the smaller cities where things are cheaper. They'll know that, and then once they've agreed with you and you've agreed with them that, okay, we're going to sign a contract, we've got a deal, we're a match made in heaven, let's do this thing, then they'll in that process, at some point, you will be handed off to the department in the school. Again, this is either at government schools or at very large institutions. They could be large institutions for kids, large private institutions for teaching kids and for teaching adults. Okay, and they will have a separate department that deals with that. And I know this because I've done it. And there's the people who talk to you about your contract and sign you up and close the deal on how much, when do you pay your airfare, what are the bonuses, are you going to work on, which days, all that stuff. That person who you close the deal with is not the same person who is going to walk you through the process of getting all your permits and visas, etc. And so they won't know. Okay, so the first person you talk to, they may not know all that. All right, and so okay, so that's that. Now, another thing came to my mind, and something you need to keep in mind also is the fact that, and I've said this previously, the majority of private English training centers and schools out there actually can't get you a work visa. And they may even lie to you. Some of them won't lie to you, some of them will, about whether they can get you a visa. Okay? Um, and some of them might say, oh, we'll talk about it later. Or, oh, we'll see about that. First, you need to just come over quickly, or whatever. And it's not necessarily bad. It's not necessarily the end of the world. That they do that. Okay, it doesn't mean you should run away from that school, but you should just know that that's the way it is. Um, and okay, now I have another kind of what is it? No, okay, that's all for that.